Hello, this is Julie with JS Realty, and today for our we have Confessions of an Attorney, and Yvonne Novak with the Law Office of Yvonne Novak is here with us today. So thank you for coming.
Thank you.
So we're going to start out with our kind of confessions of questions because that's what we do. So I'll let Jamie start with that.
All right. So Yvonne, if you could have free, unlimited, either a cook or a chauffeur or a maid or a masseuse, which would be your favorite?
I think I'd pick a maid. I have a cat that sheds, so.
Plenty of cat hair around,
Yes.
right? All right. Good to know.
How about this? Do you prefer a Mac or a PC?
PC.
Okay.
Me too.
Jackie, your turn.
What's your favorite sandwich?
A blue burger.
Yourself.
Yeah, blue burger with mushrooms, hopefully.
Oh, that sounds good.
A blue burger. So you mean like blue cheese on it?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. And what country, we know you like to travel. What country would you like to travel to next?
Next is probably going to be either Australia or Thailand.
Oh, I've heard good things about Thailand. Yeah. Mhm.
And they have bike trips in Thailand.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And good if you're a golfer. I hear there's lots of great golfing there too.
Oh, okay.
There we go. Yeah, we learned from Yvonne that she really likes to go biking when she travels. And so the best way to see a country is to bike it. So that does sound fun.
Yeah.
So to segue into our real reason for talking to Yvonne, what is the craziest attorney story that you can share with us?
Well, I think it's probably somebody faking the cremains and stealing them from the rest of the family.
What?
Wow. Wow.
They had good interest in mind. They wanted to make sure that the family pets were buried with the person, but they didn't tell anybody, and they actually buried fake cremains to make it look like they were burying the real person.
So like they took how you get the urn of ashes and they took and buried it with the pet is what they wanted to do?
They were going to mix the ashes together. That's actually pretty common, that you mix the family pets in.
Well, okay. I did not know that. So
No, I have several cans of different pets.
now you know.
Now I know I could be buried with them.
So now into a little bit about, I know as real estate agents, a lot of times in our first interviews with sellers and even some buyers, we're unable to answer a lot of their questions that they have if they're in there's been a death in the family and they wonder what they can and can't do and who can sign. And so, of course, we really appreciate having people like Yvonne that we can refer them to or ask a question to, since we cannot answer those questions. So tell us a little bit about how long you've had your business, and then tell us about some of the things that you specialize in.
Well, I've been a lawyer since 2003, so I'm going on 18 years. I opened my own office in 2007, and I do estate planning and the related subjects like guardianship, probate, trusts, those kind of documents. I do a little bit of corporate law and a little bit of bankruptcy, but estate planning is what takes the most of my time.
Can you think of something that would be really important for people to know about if they've had a death in the family and they're wondering what to do?
It's important to come in and talk to me sometime in the first couple of weeks. Doesn't have to be in the first day, but there are things that we can do to make your life as the person who's making decisions after somebody's died easier. And there's a process that we have to follow. Even if you have a trust where we don't have a probate, there's still things that have to be done.
What about, I often hear, well, we have a will, so we don't have to go to probate. That's not true, right?
That's correct. Actually, having a will means you have probate.
Okay.
So who needs to do estate planning?
Pretty much everybody should have some of the basic documents. A healthcare directive and a durable power of attorney are minimum that a person should have. A simple will, the state has a simple will for you. So as long as you're giving your assets away in a way that the state agreed to, then it's not a big deal, as long as it's going to your children or going to your brothers and sisters. But the problem is if you want a different arrangement, you have a bad child that you don't want to give things to, or it's a second marriage situation, all of a sudden we're in no man's land, and we need that guidance that we're going to find in either a will or a trust.
That's good to know.
Yeah.
Good to know. Well, in order to keep this as brief as possible, we should probably, I could have a lot more questions.
I know, I guess I do want to ask though, I'm sorry, I have the one, we were talking about this before we started these questions to you, but just so everybody understands the difference, especially in the COVID world right now, what's the difference between this healthcare directive that you mentioned versus the durable power of attorney?
So the healthcare directive is the document where you appoint somebody to make healthcare decisions for you. And that includes hooking you up to machines if you're in the event of a terminal condition, or not hooking you up to machines.
Mm-hmm.
The durable power of attorney is a document where you give somebody the authority to make financial and legal decisions.
Okay.
So they can pay your bills, they can sell real estate if that's necessary, manage your money.
Well, but even the managing of the money, you need to be on the account. No, as a power of attorney, you don't have to, because you can sign for that person. Okay.
Correct. And that's safer than just putting your kids on the account, because if you put them on the account, it's their asset too. And it's subject to their debts, their divorce,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
or being taken.
Good point. Good point. All right.
Well, thank you, Yvonne. We will make sure and have your contact information in the information when we post different information or when we post this link for the video, and so people can reach out to you if they have any questions. So
Yeah. Thanks
It's fun.
It's a good way to Zoom, and we're getting better and better at it every day. So
thank you.
Thank
All
you.
right. We'll see ya.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.